It's such a fine afternoon today. Well, it's actually evening. But anywho, I just wanted to come back on and go back over what I missed from this morning's recording. And the title of my thought this morning was Getting Over the Hump. Count it all. Getting over the hump. Count it all. And the text that I used was out of James 1, 2, and 3 that says, "My brethren, count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptations, knowing this, that the trying of your faith works patience." And it's funny how this thing works. Well, it's not funny, but that's just how the Most High works. What the Most High did, he confirmed this word overnight, over in the morning this morning, by giving me 4 visions. The first dream or vision, which I believe was a vision, was about being boxed in. And as I stated before, I really hate being boxed in. And I guess more than anything is from my street training about not letting anyone ever box you in, even in traffic. Because at one time, people was carjacking folks real bad. And the rule was don't never be too close to an individual at a stop sign or a light to where you can't drive around them. You always want to give them space. But the dream I had, I was in my truck, my Honda Pilot, and I am like I am now in this Walmart parking lot. But it's like a car pulled in right behind me, and then one pulled in. Well, first one pulled in front of me, then one from behind, then one from the left, and then one from the right. And I got a terrible feeling. So I got into get free mode. I'm not saying that I panicked, but I put it in reverse and pushed the car behind me back to see if I can get out that way. And then I put it in drive to push the car in front of me forward. And finally, I don't know which way I went to get out. I just woke up and I was out from the boxed in situation I was in. I was on the other side with the truck free. But then I laid back down, I prayed about it, wrote it down. Well, no, I took note of it in my mind. Then I laid back down, and the next vision or dream came as a word. Well, 2 words. It was bad heat. Bad heat. And I was like, well, what is bad heat, Most High? And he put in my mind the script, above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked, from Ephesians 6 and 16. I said, okay. The bad heat are them fiery darts. Or the bad heat is this fiery test. I'm needing my shield of faith to overcome. And as I was saying in the prior recording, that shield of faith is that measure of faith that the Most High gives us all. But the maintaining of that shield and adding on and building up that shield is when we build up our most holy faith, as the text says. Praying, talking to the Most High and the Holy Spirit, and reading His words, studying the scripts to show ourselves approved. And the next dream or vision I had, I dreamed about a girl or a lady was riding a chopper motorcycle, and for some odd reason she wanted to put her hand, she would reach up to the front of the chopper and put her hand on the wheel as it was riding and would draw back like it was hurting, burning her hand. Every time she would reach up she would reach up and touch that front wheel of the motorcycle chopper, she would burn her hand, the friction causing skin to be burnt off. But then, as soon as I got that idea, the Most High gave me a vision of a steering wheel being, every time I touched the steering wheel, then my hands would burn. It was like, okay, I gotta take my hands off the steering wheel. And the idea he gave me was, stop trying to go in the direction you want. Let the Most High lead you. Now that was the third vision. And finally, the last one was all about getting over the hump. And in this vision, I saw myself approaching a huge hill, which in my dream I said, this is insurmountable, because it was so steep. All I could do was stand there looking up, thinking to myself, I'll never be able to overcome this challenge. Then as I woke, the Most High asked me, okay, that was the fourth vision. And it was one of the insurmountable challenge that I was facing. So as I woke up, the Most High asked me, what did all the dreams or each vision have in common? And before I could even start thinking about an answer, he said, each time you were on the other side of each challenge, ready to face the next one. But he was like, recount it all, instead of just count it all joy. But he was like, recount it all. Basically like the example he gave me as far as looking back into my rearview mirror from time to time, so I could remember where I come from and what he got me through. And I also used the example of the big one, or that great trial that the Most High brought you through, that you can always go back and think about and be like, oh yeah, he got me through this. I don't have no doubt the Most High is going to get me through the next thing. And see, that's how your faith is. It's a tricky situation, pardon me, with dealing with faith. Because faith is something that you have to remember. You have to remember that faith episode, I guess you would say. Just like a rerun on TV. See, you have to see that faith being played over in your mind, grab it, and then apply it to this situation you're facing now. That's why you have to recount to get over the hump. And I think I said getting over the hump by recounting it all. And see, we not only have to rethink that major situation the Most High got us through, but even the smaller ones that seem small. Just like I heard a minister mention before, he was like, no testimony is too small, because what you're going through, another person may think it's a huge thing for them to get through. So it's good to share everything that the Most High does for us from day to day. I jumped out earlier this morning and said I was going to make this recording shorter, because the prior one, it was kind of lengthy. But at the same time, I have to let the Ruach have his way and let him speak through me how he chooses. But I just want to say, look back in the rearview mirror of your life and count up your blessings, just like the song goes. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your blessings, see what Yah has done. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your many blessings, see what Yah has done. And see, we have to keep this in the back of our minds. Because see, when them trials and them situations, them fiery darts, and that hell and them high waters come, it seems like and see the smoke too, because where there's fire, there's smoke. And see that smoke, it seems like it's choking you. And the heat sometimes can seem like it's choking, just like this heat now. My wife burns the heat so high. I tell her it's like burning my nose hairs and making my eyes sweat, drying out my eyes. But yeah, take that medicine. Take that medicine. This is a faith pill, a faith booster shot. And it's your own. See, just like the text says, I think it's David that said it, to encourage yourself, build yourself up. You know, you have to think back, and that's the only way you can build your faith. You have to think back to where the Most High honored His word. And that's all faith is. The Most High honoring His word, you saying it, and trusting that for the next time. And what He's doing, He's building you up. Building you up for the next, building you up for the next, building you up for the next thing. Just like in my vision, I was going through different situations that was building up to the last insurmountable challenge. But the first one was I was boxed in. And see, I could do something about that with just force. Then the second one was them fiery darts and having to take the shield of faith, recounting, remembering where the Most High brought me from. Then the third one was getting my hands off the steering wheel, not trying to go in the direction I think I should go in. And then the fourth one is the huge challenge that the Most High had led me to, and that's what I said earlier. It's like the Most High, if He brought us to it, He's going to get us through it. So He's led us straight to this huge, insurmountable looking challenge that by our faith in Him, He's going to get us over it, or straight through it. High is the Most High. And that is my problem. And I know some of us don't want to ask me the question, how can I say count it all joy and to get over the hump? And I would answer that back by saying I've already gotten over a hump in my life, a major one. Trusting in the Most High. So therefore I can encourage my brother and my sister. Like the text says, I think it was Peter who said, after you have been converted, convert or build up your brothers and sisters. I put the script in the text. But it's so important to know that there are other brothers and sisters that have been through similar situations to yours and are going through the same situations as yours. Not exactly like, but the same deliverable situations that you're going through. And I hope I didn't make up a word. Deliverable, which means that the Most High can and will deliver you from it. But one of the most important kingdom protocols that the Most High taught me was looking back in that rearview mirror every now and again and recounting where I come from and recounting that shield of faith in action, knocking down those fiery darts. And see, I was thinking about that shield of faith earlier and how we are all presented with the measure of faith. And that is our shield of faith. But we have to build that most holy faith up, which has been basically the script of the week. Building ourselves up in our most holy faith, praying in the Ruach HaKodesh. And basically, like Paul said, all prayers, which means all type prayers. Which means, to me, one of the ways, and one that's very important, not always praying about your selfish self. And I'm talking about me. I don't want you to think I'm calling you selfish. But like the old saying goes, if the shoe fits. But I'm not at the point of calling people selfish and one-track minded. I have to speak on my self-experience, my own experiences. Not only from the past, but what I'm going through now. And like I was saying before, that boxed in feeling, I do not like it. But as the Most High was revealing to me, every vision He gave me, I saw myself on the other side of it. I saw the vehicle out of that situation. Just like when I was boxed in, or I was trying to touch the steering wheel. Well, actually, I saw a girl trying to touch the steering wheel, but he gave me the idea of trying to take control of the directions of your life, or where you think you should go. And I saw myself on the other side of that. And the fiery darts, the bad heat that I envisioned, the thought of bad heat, which is fiery darts, which is attacks on you and your faith. So if you don't get your recounter up and going and keep it up and going to where you can peek back and recount the ways that the Most High delivered you, you're going to have some hardcore issues in your life. And then that insurmountable hill that I came up on. And talking about riding a bike, I came up on it on a bicycle. And it was one that, it was no way, I couldn't even see the top. And I rode up on it, and I got on it real quick, so I couldn't even see the top or a way around it. I was like, I can't ride no bike up this is straight up. But as soon as I was thinking of that, I woke up and I had a vision that I was on the other side. So as the thought of the week also have been, if the Most High bring you to it, he'll get you through it. And I'm going to end with that. So do me a favor. Stay up and keep pushing forward in the right direction. Shalom.